is the news you can use with a special guest, Miss Christa, who is also known as my mommy.
Ah, lucky me.
So for the first topic on the news you can use is the Rip Me Out the Plastic Challenge again.
What is it called?
The Rip Me Out the Plastic Challenge.
Rip Me Out the Plastic Challenge. Okay.
So, the rapper and artist of this song, Lotto, has been sued for $2.7 million.
For what?
Because a woman has done this challenge and she died from it. And now they're doing a lawsuit on Lotto because she decided to do it.
They're blaming
Lotto for making the song that she didn't even know was a trend.
So this person, I'm assuming, did not make it out the plastic?
No.
Oh.
They probably use a different type of plastic, but you shouldn't be even using plastic in the first place.
So should Tweens be doing this challenge?
Hex to the no-no.
What else is in the news this week?
We'll be talking about Illinois' Black
Caucus?
Yeah, I was there actually.
You were there.
Because you were with me. And it's basically to celebrate all the Black women who do very special things in this world.
It was a reception for the Black elected officials, the Black women who lead our state. Who was there?
Mayor Brandon Johnson spoke. State Rep Collins was there.
Okay. Who else? I think I saw you take a picture with the first Black woman, Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton. What was that like?
I did. So I went up to her and asked her for a picture. She said yes, and that was really cool. She also gave me her card.
Her card?
To call her.
Oh my God.
So if I want something done, I can just ask her to do it.
She is the second in command for the whole entire state of Illinois. That's big, man. Congratulations. I hope you use her number.
I will. The next thing is the biggest movie screen in Illinois.
Jeez. Okay. How big is it?
It's pretty big. The Super EMX Auditorium from Image will
debut.
I think it is. Yep. Debut at the Image Boctavia Movie Theater at 2 p.m.
What date? On
July 11th for a showing of Mission Impossible.
That should be pretty exciting.
Yeah. Has a screen that is 96 feet wide and 53 feet tall.
That's huge.
That's the size of an NBA court.
The screen is the size of an NBA court?
Yes.
That's crazy. Okay. We got to go see it. We got to go check it out.
We have to see Mission Impossible. That's all for today on the news you can use. Bye.
It's still honest, it's still thoughtful, and it's still definitely Chicago.
3, 2, 1.
Join me, Darius Hillman, for a brand new spring season of In the Arena, where we're bringing you compelling conversations with some of the most fascinating people our city has to offer, right here on CAN TV 19, on cantv.org, and the new CAN TV Plus app.
Hi, my rhinos. For the special topic is foster care, with a special guest, my mom, or if you've looked her up before, CEO and president of UCAN, Miss Christa Hamilton.
Thank you for having me, Ryan.
You're welcome, Mommy. What do you do for work?
So I am, as you mentioned, the CEO and president of a 154-year-old social service organization called UCAN. Yes, I am. I get the amazing honor of leading over 600 employees and serving more than 20,000 children and families across the state of Illinois.
That is really cool. When did you start being interested in the nonprofit work?
That's a good question. So I think about almost 13 years ago. I started my journey after college in corporate. So I started a corporate job and I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't fulfilled in the way that I had hoped to be. So I decided to take all of the things that I learned at a Fortune 500 company and bring them to the community.
Did you go to college?
I'm a first generation college student, which means no one in my family had ever been to college before. I went to Florida A&M University, which is a historically Black college.
I knew that.
And university. It's in Tallahassee, Florida. I spent 4 years there and I got a business degree. And then I came back to Chicago and I went to National Louis University to receive my master's degree, also in business. So as you can tell, I am very interested in business.
Yes. What is it like being a CEO?
A lot of work. Some people think it's the best job in the company. I got to disagree with them. You know, as the CEO, every single thing is your responsibility. You know, even though you're not doing the work, you're responsible for making sure that it gets done. You know, I have employees that I've never met before, but their job performance is my responsibility. But it's also a very rewarding job because you get to set the vision of a company, which is what I love about nonprofit. I can have a vision one day and we can execute it in the next week if I wanted to.
That's super cool.
And it's a little different than when you work in like a big corporation or in the government. There's a lot of what people call red tape to get things done. But I can literally say, hey, we're going to start a program for kids and we can start a program for kids. My organization, we do a little bit of everything, I would like to say. But I know today we're going to talk about foster care a little bit. So half of my organization is about helping kids that are away from their parents. The other half of my organization is mental health services, youth development programs, workforce development programs. We have 2 therapeutic day schools. So those are some of the other things that we do to help those kids that are away from their families.
What is your favorite part of your job?
You know what? I got 2 favorite parts of my job. I love it when I see people's lives change because of the work I do, right? So through the years, I've seen people get jobs. I've seen people go to college. I've seen people just grow and develop in ways that may not have been possible if the organizations that I lead was not there. The other part of it is my employees. So I get to see my employees grow in their jobs. They become leaders because of the work that they do at our organization. You know, they get paid, right? It's what they do for a living. But I've seen them send their kids to college, buy homes, get their own college degrees, and that's very rewarding for me.
Why do you like to help people?
Because people have helped me. And I think we all need someone to hold our hand and to help us, right? So it's kind of like the Sankofa bird. You're walking forward, but you're reaching back. And I think you always have to reach back. You ever heard the saying, it takes a village?
Yeah.
So it takes a village, which means it's everybody. Even if you didn't give birth to a child, you can help another child, right? So that village mentality means it takes all of us to make this thing called life works. And people have helped me in different parts of my life. They still help me each and every day. Even to be a CEO, I need so much help with my kids. So no matter like where you are in life, you always need people to help you. So I got to make sure that I'm helping people and giving back just as much as people are helping me.
Well, I have a few statistics.
Okay.
Foster care is a therapy service provided by the state for children that cannot live with their families. Children in foster care may live with their relatives or with unrelated foster parents. Nearly 21,000 children are living in foster care in Illinois. 8,600 placed with foster families, 11,300 with relatives, and 600 in group homes. Now that's a lot of kids.
That is a lot of kids. And those are, troubling statistics to say the least. And I believe half of those kids are Black children that are away from their families. So you're right, that's a great definition of foster care. It's a temporary placement away from your biological parents. And some kids live with other family members. Some kids live in places like UCAN. So at UCAN, we have 3 different ways that we help kids that are in foster care. Our foster homes, where that's a home that someone has decided that a kid can come live with them because they have an extra bed, they have extra room, and I like to say they have extra love in their hearts for kids. Then they have what's called a residential facility that's on my campus. You've been there before.
Yeah.
That's when kids, they don't have a foster home for them, so they all live in a building together, kind of like what's called a group home. And at UCAN, we have 70 kids that can live in our building, ages 6 years old to 18 years old. And then the last approach that we have at UCAN is called transitional living facilities. And those are apartments. So those are kids that are 17 and a half years old, and we teach them how to live alone, because it's unlikely that they're going to go back to their parents. So we want to make sure they're ready for the world. And they live in an apartment by themselves until they turn 23 years old.
That is a long time.
It is a long time.
I feel so bad for all those kids.
Well, you know what? I don't think you should. It is not the best experience, but some kids, to be honest with you, this is even better for them. Because maybe living with their parents wasn't a good thing, right? For whatever reason, maybe living with their parents, it could have been, they could have been getting harmed. They may not have had enough food. So imagine if a kid came to live with us and they didn't have, they were homeless with their mom. So sometimes it could be better for the kids. I know they miss their parents, I'm sure. But, it's not always necessarily a bad thing when a kid is in foster care.
How many kids are in foster care at UCAN? But we already discussed that.
Well, I'll say no. So we have about 125 kids that live in homes. And then we have up to 70 kids that live on our campus. And then we have about 60 kids that live in our apartments. I don't know the math there. What did I say? 125, 70.
You want to calculate that?
60. I don't know. A lot.
Yeah.
Almost 300 kids, I think
Whoa.
the math will be. So almost 300 kids live with us.
Why is having a foster care so important?
Why is having foster care so? Because if parents are unable to take care of their children, then they have to have somewhere to go, their kids. So having foster homes and foster parents is really important because someone has to take care of the kids, right? Kids can't go get a job. They can't feed themselves. So it's very important to have loving families and loving establishments like UCAN that can take care of kids when their parents are unable to do it.
Do the kids usually go back home?
We hope they do. We work closely with families so they can get their kids back. There's a lot of different reasons why kids are taken away from their parents. It's not because their parents are bad or they didn't love them. In some cases, maybe it's a single mother and she has too many kids that she can't take care of. So the state has to step in and help her. So we'll do things like help her get a new job, help her get a place that's big enough for all of her kids, help her with childcare. So we hope that the kids can go back home. Our goal every year is that 40% of our kids go back home or they get adopted by a new family. Sometimes, you go in a kid in the house as a foster parent and the foster parent just loves you so much, they don't want to let you go. And if the parents are not ready to take them back home, then after a certain time period, then that family can adopt them.
Are kids sad living in foster homes?
Some kids are sad. Yeah, they miss. You can imagine some kids they miss their parents.
When you
right?
leave us on vacation for a long time, I get very sad. So
Yeah.
Imagine how they feel times 10.
Yeah, probably times 100.
Yeah.
Some kids do get a chance to visit their parents on a regular basis. Some kids do not. I've met all types of kids in my job. Some kids, Their parent may have died and they'll never see their parents again. And sometimes the parents may be having so many difficulties that they're unable to visit them. So, yes, kids get sad, but we try to do everything to make them happy. We celebrate them for the holidays. We take them out on their birthdays. We want to make sure, hopefully, everything that your parent would do for you, especially during holidays and your birthday and special times, that we're there for them. You can imagine my staff, they get so many phone calls after kids leave because they get so attached to them, which means that we're doing something right.
What should tweens do that are living in foster homes?
Oh, that's a good question, Ryan. Tweens that are living in foster homes, they should try to stay positive. They should stay inspired and really think about, we can't control our parents. We can't control what our parents do. We can't control our situation, but we have to look forward. We have to think about, what do I want to be when I grow up and what can I do to make that happen? So they have to have a really positive attitude for where they are right now. You kind of live in the moment and just make the best out of the situation, make new friends, listen to your caseworker, try to get love from the people that are around you, and hope and pray, that things get better for your own family. But I think they have to really stay focused, and they can't get, you don't want kids to get depressed and then they can't really live up to their own potential. So, as tough as it is, I understand because I work with the kids every day. It's very tough, but I think they have to try to maintain a positive mindset and think about their future, right? No matter what happens with their families, they have to know that they're going to grow up one day and be an adult one day, and then they can really change their lives.
Well, that's all for today on our special topic. Goodbye. Hey Marinos, today we'll be talking about my baby scratchbook. So you only need a few simple things to make one yourself. Ask your parents, your guardians, could you print me up some photos of me? It doesn't matter if you were young in those photos, if you're older to now. These are memories that you want to cherish. And also you will need a scratchbook, of course. That's literally the name of it. So as you can see, there's little baby me. So we have first page in my scratchbook, little baby me. I was born, you might be like, why is she so small? Well, I was born premature at 3 pounds. That's a very life and death situation right there. Because I could have died, but I didn't. And I'm here to be with you guys. Now, this is my mommy. Like, ooh, she's a scaredy cat. And that's my dad looking at me. And you might be like, why is she in the little glass box? Well, it's technically called, I think, an incubator, where since I was so small, I couldn't really do things on my own. Then I have the I Heart My Grandparents page, where you see me and my granddad. You see me and my grandma. My grandma tried to copy this style by wearing a kind of outfit like me. I was like, nope, can't do that. These are just a few photos of me when I was about to go to school. I was in school on picture day. These two at the bottom and this one at the top is picture day. This is when I was about to go to school for the first time. This is the last picture I will show you. This is my mom's dog, Zion. She had to give him away, though. And he was so cute. But she had to give him away because of her job. And she also had to take care of me. But that's all for Fun Zone. Goodbye. Hey, my Rhinos. Today on Ryan's Rumble, we will be doing home-cooked meals versus fast food. The reasons why I like fast food so much are because it's easy, because it's called fast food. You can get apps to make it faster instead of going through a drive-thru or going inside, which is really cool. My mom has all the apps. My favorite fast food restaurant would probably be McDonald's because the chicken nuggets are amazing. Did you guys know that McDonald's made a Grimace shake? I don't think you knew that. Did you? Did you know that? Did you know that? I don't think you did. But my friend had it and she said it tastes like strawberries. Another fast food place that I like is probably Burger King because there's really no reason why, because I just like it. It's cool. I also like White Castle because chicken ring, yeah, all singlets, chicken ring, and French fries. But now on to home cooked food. I like home cooked food because it's like when you go to a barbecue and you see the macaroni, you're like, Auntie, did you make this? Or Mom, did you make this? Or Grandma, did you make this? I'm like, I did. Do you like it? I was like, I'd be like, I didn't try it, but I now have to try it because it looks so delicious. And then you have some of my favorite home cooked meals are probably fried chicken, macaroni, mashed potatoes, green beans, and broccoli. Those are really good foods. But now I kind of want to know, what's your favorite? But the one I like the most is home cooked foods. Hey, Marinos, today on Book Nook, we'll be talking about a book.
Actually, today on Book Nook, we'll be talking about Ryan.
No, we won't. No.
Yeah, we flipped the script on you today, Ryan.
How dare you?
So as we are closing out season 1 of Tweenish,
Woo!
we want the Rhinos to learn a little bit more about Ryan.
Okay.
Who is Ryan? So is it okay if I ask you a few questions today?
Sure.
Okay, let's get going. How old are you?
I'm 9.
You're 9 years
and
old.
a half.
When is your birthday?
December 30th.
December 30th. And that makes you
Capricorn.
Capricorn. Okay. I can see the Capricorn vibe on you. What grade are you headed to?
4th grade.
A 4th grader. What are you excited about? 4th grade.
A new teacher, new friends.
New teacher, new friends. What are your besides being the host of Tweenish, what are your other hobbies?
Dancing, swimming. I like to read a little.
Mm-hmm.
I like drawing a lot. I'm a gamer girl. I love games.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that.
I think you're missing a really big one.
What is it?
TikTok videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm all about that TikTok.
Yeah. Don't tell the people the truth, Ryan.
Okay.
You're all about the TikTok videos. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue, but the second best color to blue is teal and purple.
Okay. So that talks about your hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
It talks a lot about my hair.
Okay. Now we understand the purple unicorn blue hair.
Yeah.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Math gets harder, but I do like math a lot.
Okay.
And science.
Mm-hmm.
Except for science fair projects, I would rather be eaten by hyenas than do that.
You don't like science fair projects?
No.
I don't like helping with science fair projects, so we agree on that. Okay. What's your most difficult subject in school?
Ooh, probably reading because my teachers most of the time say I progress in reading a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But as you go up grades,
Mm-hmm.
in my school, probably also most other schools, they go a grade above learning.
Mm-hmm.
So as I go upper in grades, I learn harder grade levels. So reading gets more difficult and more challenging, but I still manage to do it.
Okay. So what do you do to make yourself like stronger in reading?
What I would do is...
What should you be doing?
Or what should I be doing? Is I will take time out of the days, most of the time on weekends in the school year, and I'll read some difficult words that I'm not normally able to do.
Okay.
To think over, like, I have to learn to pronounce these if I want to get this grade right, or if I want to know how to say this on a test. Stuff like that would really help.
Have you thought about what you want to be when you grow up?
Yes, I have. I've switched it multiple times.
Okay. Well, what is it today?
But what I mostly want to do is be an attorney.
Okay.
And
I can see that because you like to argue points with me all the time.
Yeah. And I want to have a master's in school, in college. I want to maybe try to go for 2 extra years of college, just because.
Who's paying for that?
Me.
Okay, as long as I don't have to pay for it, these extra 2 years. Okay, what else?
And
Well, have you thought about what college you want to go to?
the same one my mommy went to, Florida A&M.
Okay, well then I'll pay for that. Do you think you want to live in Chicago when you grow up?
I think so, but maybe before that, I'll try to move away from Chicago a little bit.
Okay, try some other places.
Just to get that vibe of what I could be doing. And if I like that place, I'll stay there maybe.
Like where? What's one place you might live?
New York, maybe.
New York City. I knew you were going to say New York City.
You should have known.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about Tweenish. Just get back to Tweenish, Ryan.
Okay.
What did you enjoy most about filming this season?
This entire season was amazing. Learning new things, meeting new people. It's just the best part of being the host.
Oh, it's the best part of being the host. Okay. What was your favorite episode?
My favorite episode? That's so hard. I don't know. I'm going to have to probably say... Mental Health with Miss Sylvia.
Mental Health, Miss Sylvia. Okay, that's pretty cool. How do you prepare for filming? Tell the rhinos the behind the scenes.
The behind the scenes, when I'm at home, my mom will be like, we have to practice. You have to give me your rumbles. You have to give me the book nook. You got to give me the fun zone. She'll help me out with the news you can use, and my questions. But the 3 topics that I do alone are the things that most of the time I prepare.
And what can the rhinos expect for next season?
Oh, it's going to be really cool. I may or may not tell you a few of the guests, but I don't want to get your hopes up. So.
Yeah, I think you should let's surprise the rhinos.
Let them find out.
But just know we got people, right?
It's coming.
You got people coming. Okay.
It's coming on the way.
All right. Before we wrap this up, what's one thing, one quote, one thing that you want rhinos to remember while you take a break and prepare for next season? What's something you want them to remember? What's a quote from Ryan?
Never forget who you are, and because people will try to change you all the time.
I love it. That's a wrap, Ryan.
For your baby.